Like I go to different barbershops, and then I've been asking different barbers because everybody's background is different. How they got to be a barber and how they got to.
I just was cutting. Working was a side hustle. Cut my boys and shit. And just wanted to have a couple of heads to cut on the weekend. It wasn't even that serious, but I've been cutting since I was a kid.
Just cutting them at the crib or in the
Crib, backyards, porches, whatever. And, always had like, even as an adult, like 20 or 30. It was working. I was like, my boy was like, yo, come down to my shop. Work on Saturdays. I ain't good enough. Teach me a couple of things in the shop, whatever. Cut a couple of heads. You cut like 4 heads in a day, half and shit.
Yeah.
So fuck, I went to school.
Did you have like another job?
Yeah, I had a regular job. You know what I mean? Regular job, taking care of the family. You know,
What kind of job did you have?
I was working. What kind of job?
Yeah.
It was just a warehouse job, Freightliner truck company. And shit, that was my job forever. You know, I was gonna retire from there, but I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go to school at night just to have my license, just to have it.
Yeah.
Shit didn't go right.
Oh, at school?
At work.
Oh, at work?
I was there for a minute. And
Yeah.
I was like, kind of got looked over for a promotion, and that was it. I was still kind of young, so I was like 30.
Yeah.
I was like,
how old were you?
I was like 30.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm out of here. Walked off the job. Called my wife. She was crying. What we gonna do? I said, I don't know what we gonna do. We gonna make it.
Yeah.
You made it. Yeah. Cutting 2 shops real quick while I was in school, and then opened my shit.
Gotcha. How long was school back then?
I went at night, took 2 years.
What year
4
was
hours
that?
a day, huh?
What year was that?
97 maybe.
Yeah.
Just like 97. Took 2 years. Knocked it out. Worked in a couple of little local shops, just, you know, cutting. My own shit. That was it.
Now, was social media even buzzing back then?
No, it wasn't social. I didn't
It
know. I
wasn't
mean,
like that.
nah. It really wasn't social media. Then the young boys just being here on MySpace. I never did none of that. Right?
Gotcha.
You know,
So you were just in the shop turning walk-ins into clients.
I mean, that's how you did it.
Yeah.
Wasn't none of this other shit. Like,
Well, you look
yeah,
like
wasn't
that's
none of this other
but
stuff.
like now that's it's like foreign to
Yeah.
a lot of these guys now.
Yeah, so he's like, just post pictures, man. I was like, yeah. Talked me into getting it. That was it.
Yeah.
All I do is post pictures.
Yeah.
Everybody like, yo, how'd you get? Just post pics. Somehow they got to the right people, and then you start getting followers. Like everybody thought it was a mystery. Then people DM me, yo, Wiz, how you get all these followers? Oh, you stop cutting post. I don't even put no hashtags. I used to put hashtags, and I didn't know how they work, so I just stopped putting them. And just post a pic, put a little something on it, and that's it. Put our own hashtag on it.
Right.
And it just grew. I don't know how it grew. I just remember I had 999. I hit that 1,000. I was like, oh, I was going off. Man. I had $1,000.
You like, I made it.
When I was at 999, it just clicked right in front of me. It said 10.
Right.
I was like, oh,
Wow.
10,000 followers. And this shit just kept rolling.
Yeah.
People, if you real, you can see. If you real, you can see the real. So
Yeah.
all the other shit, and then watch the way the shit goes out of control. What's out of control?
So they just gravitate towards the talent, and that's really
That's the way. That's the only advice I can give because there was no other tricks.
yeah.
No other tricks. Cut and post. That was it. And it wasn't even fancy back then. There wasn't no videos on Instagram. And we had these goofy filters. Like I go all the way back. Sometimes I was like, look at the filters he's putting on these pics, like cartoon type stuff out there. There was nothing to it. You know what I mean? But it's out of control now, and I'm almost ready to step away from it. I get bored. I'm looking at them like this.
From different barbers, they're like with the apps and the different things that
It's just out of control. It's not even really fun anymore. I get more time. I'm laughing more than I am like studying.
Yeah.
Getting a kick out, like giggling more than I'm taking this shit serious. So, yeah, see how it go. Maybe I think I might step away for like a month or two. Just getting annoying.
So you say you don't got no sponsorships or nothing like that?
I had a lot of people hit me up. I just went with it. It's not me, man.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It's not me. I have quite a. I've let some stuff pass me by, but it's just not something I want to do.
Is it more like you enjoy being around the family and just being home, or you just the companies and what they're offering is just not?
It's a lot of that. It's a lot of both. I just ain't. I'd rather have my own company.
One man.
Yeah, that's how we are.
I wouldn't like. I've had some stuff. I've really let some stuff slide by. Like I really like. some opportunities that I've seen other people get.
Yeah.
It don't. I just ain't. I ain't with the. There's a lot too when you get involved with these companies. I ain't flying all over the place for one. I'm a homebody. I ain't trying to be under nobody's, I'd rather have my own.
Yeah. You got into it to be an entrepreneur. So.
I mean, I'd rather have my own. I'd rather have my own clippers. I'd rather have my own. Whatever is hot, I'd rather do it myself than to do it for somebody else. You can't use me. I'm right. I'll use your product, but you're not gonna. I'm not
It's
gonna be
because
under
you like it and you enjoy using it. It has nothing to do with it.
That's just this what it is. But I ain't with all this good stuff. But I enjoy seeing people make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I enjoy seeing people. I've seen some people get on, and I'm like, man, that's what's up. Yeah. I ain't with all that. It's like laid back. I like watching. I like enjoying from the background. That's all. Nothing against nobody else. That's just wild. That's just me.
That's real shit, man.
I watched a lot of. I see a lot happen over these last like 7 or 8 years in the industry.
Yeah. I mean, we've only, she has been in it for a while, but I've only been in it for 4 years, and it's in the 4 years it's changed a lot. So it's I don't know. It's I actually like it. I enjoy because for me, I'm looking more at the entrepreneurial journey, and I see like the mistakes, and I see the wins too, and in my head I'm like, I wonder how they're going to like move once they figure this out, or I wonder how they're going to go from this to that, because it's like when I first started working for people, you get a paycheck and you do a job, but in your head you're like, yo, they're using my talent and my skills to make X amount of dollars, and I'm getting 1/100th of what they're getting from my talent and my skills. So the reason that I like it is because I'm watching these barbers like figure that out. You know what I mean? So they're like, I could do this too, or I can do that too, and I'm seeing some of them go from being the sponsored barber, and they might get dropped by a company, and then they open up a barbershop, but they were working at a barbershop first. You know what I mean?
That's just the progression.
Right. So that,
everybody can't do that. See, that's what's wrong with it. Everybody think they can just jump on a sponsorship or jump off their own company or even open up a barbershop, and it ain't that easy. It kind of looks kind of funny. Man.
Yeah. Well, if they don't, that's the thing. It's like if they don't survive, or if they think like, this is a subject that we keep talking about, like the difference in entrepreneurship, where it's like a marathon versus a sprint, and like
sprints now.
Yeah, they think it's a sprint.
Social media makes it a sprint,
right?
Because you might see somebody that's took the grinded, put the time in to get somewhere, and you don't see the back end of that.
Backstory, right?
You just see it, and then you think you can do it. Like it's set up. It's set up easier for people to do it now, but it ain't that easy.
Right.
It's still time consuming, and it's rare somebody can just jump. It happens.
Yeah.
But it's rare somebody jump right in, and that's any type of genre, whatever you're doing. You can't just jump right in and be a success. It happens, but it's rare. But everybody think it's overnight. It ain't overnight.
Well, I think with the sprint, you miss the lessons, and I think we're in like, well, I think I'm younger than y'all, but I'm in the same age group. Like there was no social media to fast track your entrepreneurship, so you had to go out and make the flyer and like go talk to, like actually hold a conversation with somebody, like, and you can't be an asshole, otherwise they don't want to do business. Like you had to be nice, you know what I mean? Like some of these guys, like I get. I'll talk to them, and when they DM me, and I DM them right back, like immediately, they're like, "I can't believe you DM me back," and I'm like, "Well, I don't know. Was I supposed to wait a week or?"
Yo, you know how many people DM me on Instagram asking me to repost their stuff, and I'll be like, "How is that going to help you?" Like, like they ask you like, "Yo, can you shout me out?" And I'm like, yeah, but how is it like? That's not going to get you followers.
That was dope at the beginning.
Yeah,
but it ain't. It's useless now because with hashtags and stuff, you don't even need somebody. Like you can punch in a hashtag and you can get what you want right there.
Yeah.
Back then, you probably was years ago on Instagram where you like shout for shout and all that. But you rarely see that anymore. You shout out your peoples. Yeah. I shout the people I deal with. And everybody else kick rocks.
Yeah.
I'm not because that ain't how you do it. I didn't do it like. Right. That's not the recipe for me, so I can't tell somebody to do it that way because
It honestly wasn't for us either. Like when we you know, everybody knows we started off with the show and then we transitioned into supplies. But like I had to go because I'm not a barber. I'm not a professionally licensed barber. Last time I cut anybody's hair was in high school and it was really family and friends. It was never customers. So it's like nobody knew me as a barber, so I had to go out and like meet people in person, like talk to them, and you know, hey, follow me on Instagram and send them my profile. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I said follow me on Instagram. You pull up in a barbershop on a Saturday, they cutting. You know what I mean? Like they got no time to follow you right now, so you had to like, hey, let me get your phone real fast, and I'm gonna follow myself for you, and then I'm gonna tag you in a post, and I'll send you this, and you had to come back to the shop 4 or 5 times with the show flyer or with the supply thing. So like building an audience organically, to at least to me, it connected me better with the person that I was trying to do business with.
Yeah.
Daddy.
So that be my thing on Instagram though. Like you want followers for what though? That's the.
It's all an illusion. Anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's an illusion.
Mama, give me my
Like,
seat.
people take that. Like, it's really part of people's lives now. It's like you can't be too consumed with it because it don't equal up anyway. Like damn, if you got Kim Kardashian, somebody got 100 million followers and you get 200,000 likes. That don't equal up.
Right.
So what? Like. If you have followers, if you like it like that, your followers don't like your pics and you don't like your posts. You might as well have 1,000 followers instead of 100,000. If you still gonna get 100 likes,
Right.
Yeah.
it don't matter.
Well, what you're talking about is like what content are you putting out there? Like if you're putting the same content out there, then 9 times out of 10 your followers are gonna kind of overlook what you're
Your
putting out
content
there.
can be the craziest, the hottest shit out, but motherfuckers ain't gonna hit the button. I do it too. I see some. You don't hit them. You on your Instagram for a half hour. You scroll. You see 1,000 pics. You might like 1 or 2. That don't make you a hater. You just
scrolling.
like every pic you
just
say.
scrolling.
So don't get caught up in that because it should be. Is it about the likes or about the followers? I would think it would be about the likes. I mean, you can have 1 million followers and they don't like your pics, so what's the use?
I don't think it's about, at this point now, I don't think it's about either. For me, it's like Instagram is a gateway to do business. So for me, it's about the revenue. At least
that's my point.
Where I'm at. Like if
because
it's not
that's what it should be
generating-
for.
Right.
It could be a personal page or a business page. If your business page, you catch your feelings on your business page, that's not good.
That's not what it's for.
That's not
Right.
good, so-
To me, it's like a gateway. So it's like instead of me having to go out and meet a barber and get on a plane and to go see somebody in Kansas City, if I post something and they like it, and then for me, it's the messages. That's why I get back to them so quick. They'll DM me and be like, "Yo, do you have the magic clips?" Or, "Yo, are you going to Premiere Birmingham?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be there." Like when you're there, I give them my number. I'm like, "Yo, just call my phone and just text me, let me know where you're at, and I'll meet you in person." Because it's like once I meet them in person, then it's almost like they want to do business with me because they figure out that I'm normal. You know what I mean? Like
the whole social media is just crazy. It's crazy. Like I'm doing it to help people.
yeah,
Like I learned it's probably been like maybe 3 years, and I was just like, I'm gonna have to inspire people from my page.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna catch me out on a
show and
showcase
all that.
You're not gonna catch me doing it. So, and then that's my niche,
Yeah.
and it works. And I get plenty of people telling me that I'm inspiring them. That's what it's about. And to me, that's what it's about now.
Yeah.
Like you said, your DM, you go on your DM and you see them on, it's like, and I'll follow. I mean, They could be just a regular barber. I can click on their post, and I'll look at their page, and I'll like a couple of pics, and they could just be a brand new barber, just starting a year and a half, 2 years in, and I'll be like, I'll follow them right back.
Yeah, them people
They gonna
they
tell me straight,
they need that. Man.
they want that motivation. They the ones.
right.
Yeah.
I got people like, man, I started following you like 6 years ago, man. I go on your page every day, you motivate, and that's what it's about now. It ain't about the other stuff.
Well, I think anybody that like if anytime I've ever heard your name brought up in a conversation, that's really the comment. It's like he's a barber's barber. So it's like they love that you're just an authentic, like you're a barber. You're an authentic
Everything else,
barber.
the other stuff is cool. It's intriguing a little bit.
Yeah.
But that ain't stuff I want to dip into. I'm like, you know what? Nah. It's just dibbling, dabbling, all the new trends and stuff. I can't jump into that stuff because it's not thorough.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you gotta have that cut. You gotta have a haircut.
Yeah. The fundamental skills.
You gotta have that haircut. I look back when you say, damn, I look like just recent history, like 6 years ago. I'll look at a picture and be like, what the hell was I doing? But you'll see on the comments like, dog, you so short, you like, it's just so changed. It's changed so much. The eye changed and the hand changed so much over these couple of years where they were saying, oh, this is the greatest cut. And I'm like, nah, it's not.
That shit
It's
is
a
horrible.
good cut. Yeah. But that was the essence of it because it wasn't ABS involved.
Right.
It was just raw.
You was cutting and taking a picture. And that was
listen, I'm gonna tell you, like, in Jersey, 20 minutes from Philly, but I had no Philly friend. I had no barbers. I didn't do none of this outside the barbershop stuff.
Yeah.
I used to get the books. It was books then.
Oh, the solid
magazines and stuff. So I used to be mesmerized on how the Philly barbers cut. I used to be in the clubs back in like 93, 94, looking at these haircuts like, how they get this shit so sharp? How they do it? I had no clue on what the enhancements and stuff they was doing. They was probably one of the first.
Yeah, I ain't know either. Yeah.
And I used to stare at these guys. I used to see them all the same dudes, all different clubs. And I used to see their haircuts. And I used to be like, how? How they doing that? How's it just cutting? How's it so sharp? Why is it so dark? I ain't never had like a lay down and just be dark the whole hair. I'm like, how's it doing that? And that's how I started getting my hand, because I was trying to copy it just raw, not knowing that it was.
I was the same way,
it was
bro.
enhancing the haircuts.
Yeah.
And that's how I was like trying to emulate their cuts just for clippers, just regular stuff.
Right.
And next thing I know, I was kind of getting it. And then maybe like 3 years later, I found out they was dyeing hair, and I never dyed hair. I never got to it. Never got into like using Beijing and stuff. So I was like, but if you can do that, if you can make those cuts look like that
without the Beijing.
That's
you got something.
Yeah,
then you started getting the little sprays, like the sprays came out.
Spritz and stuff.
When the sprays came out, black ice.
Yeah.
I bought a case of it.
Yeah.
Like, dude was from around here somewhere.
Yeah,
I ordered a case.
Yeah, he from over.
And it probably lasted me like 2.5 years, but I didn't know how to use it.
Yeah.
I just bought it. I'm in here. I'm not seeing nothing.
Yeah.
So I was trying. Then I was like, seeing people use a car. I was like, oh.
Yeah, like this.
I was like, oh, like, no, I was like, so it's, then I was scared to use it. Like I was like, spread over here, but I was scared. Like I didn't know how to do. I didn't know.
Yeah.
The
But
nuances
you was
of it.
already sharp, so you wasn't leaning on it.
Yeah,
anyway.
definitely wasn't leaning on it. I was scared of it.
Right.
It took me 3 years, or maybe 3 years, to get rid of the case, 12 cans.
Yeah.
I didn't use it,
Yeah.
and I actually started giving I was giving it away. I didn't. And then one of the fiber companies, this was years ago too. They sent me like a little trial thing, sample.
Yeah.
And I saw like a little salt pepper shake or something. I shook that shit on somebody. I was like, oh, I ain't know what
I did the same thing the very first time.
Sprinkle it, and I was I said, oh, this is the
That's not my haircut.
Because they didn't have the little gun back then, the little ionizer gun.
So you had to
you had to shake it up.
Pump. It was just like the way it comes now. That's the way it was.
Yeah.
So I'm sprinkling. I was like, and I didn't know. And that stuff sat for years until I seen that show.
Yeah.
I seen that show. I was like,
You're like, that's okay.
that's probably the best thing that happened. But now it's overdose. Everybody's just doing too much.
Yeah.
Like you can really use that to your advantage and really make your haircuts pop. But people was making it the haircut.
You know my problem is with the fiber. Like I think it's good to use. I have no problem with it. I don't think that people should charge as much as what they charge to use it though.
Listen,
Because here's my thing: if as soon as you leave, if you wash your hair, it's gonna come out. So it's more for the barber and not really for the client. Because it's to make your pictures
yeah,
pop.
if they doing something,
Yeah.
it's great for a one nighter.
Yeah.
But even with that, like, have your customer ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
If the cut is good enough for them to get out the chair and go, and then you add it on. Once you take it off, you're still fresh.
It's still fresh, yeah.
Some of these people, when it come off, it's over for your cut.
Yeah.
And it's a thin line. It's a thin line, but it's not. It's an enhancement. It ain't real. It's enhanced. But you can use it the right way. Put it on top of a sharp cut. Then you just next level.
Yeah.
But if you're using it just and you smothering with any kind of enhancement, if you're just smothering it on there and you ain't really making the cut right.
Yeah.
I came from like I said, they gonna be hurting. This era's hurt. I'm from an era where it wasn't no enhancement, so
Yeah, me too.
better have been able to cut.
Meanwhile, I got like the super enhancement.
That's not. That's like that's
Yeah, that's real dye though.
That's not like
Yeah, it's
that's
a dye.
even do you say that's like a what's the word I'm looking for? Because it's not really an enhancement. It's just like it's a look.
I mean, for me, it was because when Reek was doing it, it's Tariq Jackson. You know, he's like, I was an artist before I was a barber. So in his head,
Most of them are.
it was an opportunity to get that artistic side out, because what he does on a day-to-day basis, his clients love it, but it's not art for him. You know what I mean? It's just giving somebody the haircut they need to get from one week to the next. But you know, when he had that opportunity,
You get a chance to.
bro, I'm gonna show you the video later where he was talking that talk. He was like, you see how the kid did? He called 3 people. I'm like, yo, he is feeling it. I was like, I'm feeling it too. I'm like, let me get the mirror.
Yeah, that's different from your everyday.
Yeah.
That's what you want to master anyway. These guys they're not mastering the everyday nuances of just cutting hair. And everybody, like, if you really cutting and you got clientele, 9 out of 10 of your clients are not even Instagram heads. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like you got barbers, just everybody they cut just got that perfect lay down, and everybody and they all on Instagram. Like, that's not real life in a real barbershop. You got guys with patchy beards, receded hairlines, and when they get the mirror, they love their cut.
Yeah.
You put that shit on Instagram, you're gonna be in your feelings because it's only gonna get 10 likes. And that's only from people that know real barbering. Like, this is the real everyday. It's the real everyday. Like, the everyday constant grind in the barbershop, it's not social media. It's reality.
Yo, the thing for me, I don't even have time to take pictures of every client. That'd be the other thing. Like, that joint takes
time.
I don't
nobody
got
that you
Bruh.
can take a pic.
I'm cutting people every 30 minutes, man.
No, you can still you can take 20 seconds, but you just choose not to.
No, I mean, it's not a choice. It's
You can't have a whole photo shoot after every client.
Nah, that's
But
my
you can pop a
point.
picture.
That's my point. Nah, you right. You right.
You also have it like I'm looking around, like your joint is set up to make sure that you can capture whatever you want. Like, I'm looking,
I got the
like
tripod.
your lighting is good, and then you
Yeah.
got I don't know, you got the tripod right there.
Yeah.
Like, and
I'll
it's
take
like,
pics on that, and I got the remote, so you can just. And the way you know what I mean. Plus, I'm not a half hour barber, so.
How long would you like?
I mean, I got heads that cutting half
Yeah,
hour. Like,
yeah.
I know, I got my clientele is steady, so I know if you call for an appointment, I know at the longest how it's going. You know what I mean? So I can set my next appointment up after you.
Yeah.
But it can be 10 minutes to an hour.
so you still every one of your book is still phone call.
Still
Talk to
I
me.
don't no booking that for me. I got if I lose a client due to like somebody relocate or something, I'll just go on my DM and grab another client. I just don't like cutting. People just want to cut, say you got to cut by WIZZY, you know, so I'm not really about it. I need clients. I need clients. I don't want cuts. I need clients. I need somebody once you get in here,
You wanna
sit
come
in the
back.
chair,
Every week they gonna be
I'm
here.
your I'm your barber.
Yeah.
I don't want guys just to be like, oh man, I like that cut, bro. Can you open a day? No, I'm not. I'm not. It's just me. That's just me. That's just how I'm not trying to cut. I did that already. I did the cutting, trying to cut every head around.
Right.
It didn't work because it was just too much. I did it for years, and then I was like, I'm better off now doing appointments. 1 or 2 people in my shop waiting. My appointments coming in all day instead of having 20 people in the shop waiting all day, cutting until 12 o'clock at night. Just them days is over.
The same way, bro.
Days is over. Days is over.
Same way, man.
I did that. Now that's the one thing that I can say that I jumped in with the new, but I'm not doing the booking ass. You call me, I got my clients. We communicate. I book the appointments. I'm good. I'm not trying to be cutting every day, every minute of every day.
Yeah.
So how many clients do you think you cut in a week?
100 something.
100.
Good. Yeah, I ain't trying to kill them.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to kill them. Too many heads be cut. Everybody can eat. But I'm not trying to cut every head.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people get haircuts around here by people that my old customers. I don't care. I can get them back. I don't want. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Everybody
Everybody
eat.
Yeah.
You got another barber?
Yeah, I got a young boy. I'm going to bring couple other people in here.
Yeah.
I'm going to set up another station actually next week. But I'm cutting here 10 years by myself. I didn't want because nobody would get a license.
Yeah.
I
There
didn't
you
want-
go.
I ain't hard to get along with. Just get a license. You come in here, you rock.
Right.
Yeah.
I had a couple people come in and they was working, going to school, quit. You quit school, you quit your job to me.
Right.
I had the one young boy came in here, he went to school, got his license, he's been here 8 years, out of high school.
And that's the crazy part, because it's like a lot of these barbers on social media, they look up to you. So then it's like if you want the opportunity to learn some of the things that you're seeing on Instagram, you got an open station. It's like all you got, just like you said, all you got to do is pull up with a license. Like, yo, I finished school. I love what you do. I like to learn from you. You know what I mean? can I come cut in your shop? But it's like
When I was first starting, I had all my little cousins and all the young boys. I would tell them come in here and hang out.
yeah.
So if you came in here, you would always think it was packed. I'd have 7 or 8 young boys in here just hanging out, no shades.
Yeah.
Gave them all the opportunity. They always messing with the clippers in here, messing around. I said, yo, I'll put the chairs in here for all y'all.
Yeah.
I only got one
Yeah.
after 15 and hung in here.
Yeah.
He went to school, got his license. He eating.
Yeah.
He eating, and wasn't that good when he started. Now he got clientele. Right. Yeah. I wanted that for a lot of these kids around here, but everybody choose their path.
Yeah, nah, you right.
But I think what you did was important because my first job was actually in a barbershop. Like my first job and my first business. So my first job was Mr. Andy let me sweep the barbershop. So that was like, and I got to hear all these adult conversations. I was his age. I was 10. I was 10 years old, and like my mom, and I was up the street from the barbershop. So I used to stop at Mrs. Delaney's, which was the corner store, grab everybody snacks or whatever they need for the day, and I pull up at the barbershop. And then my first job was sweeping the barbershop. They'd give me some cash every day, and I would learn a lot. Just, and at the time, like, as a kid, you don't know that it's called mentorship, you know what I mean? But it's like, if I did something, young boy, you can't be playing like that, you gotta do this. So they would kind of like hit you with the jewels, and you didn't know when you were a kid, you were getting mentored. Yeah. Then later on, there was toys I wanted. That's what it came down to. There was toys I wanted. So I kept asking my mom. My mom was like, look, she worked 3 jobs. She was just like, nah, you're not getting them toys. Because the toys started getting more expensive. It was G.I. Joes at first, and then it started getting like Thundercats, Power Rangers. That was always, y'all don't know nothing about that, but it was more expensive stuff. So she was like, well, look, ask Mr. Andy, can you sell water ice outside the barbershop? And you sweep us. So I was 12. I had 2 jobs, a job and a business at 12.
I was the same way, bro.
So my mom hit me with 2 buckets of water ice, pineapple and cherry. So I'd be in the shop sweeping, and I couldn't sell in the barbershop. I had to sit outside. He was like, nah, you can't sell in here, but you can sit out front and get everybody that's walking. Because he was trying to give me game. He like, get everybody that's walking by, and then when they leave the shop, you can get them when they leave the shop too. So the first 2 buckets of water ice, I sold them all. And then I used all the money to buy the toys. Yeah. This is my first business lesson about reinvesting. So I'm like, Mom, I need more water ice. And she was like, where's the money at? I was like, I bought all the toys. And she's like, no, you gotta reinvest back into your business. You can't just buy all the water ice. And she bought me 2 more buckets. But I say all that to say that some of that is being lost in the shops right now. It's almost like the barbers don't think it's their responsibility to be mentors or an example of a dope business person in their community. But when I was coming up, the barbers were the coolest dudes in the neighborhood, and part of the reason why was they was giving you game.
That's how it was for me.
And they almost felt like it was their responsibility, like, because they didn't have to look after me like I was in there all day sweeping. So it was like they had to make sure I ain't run out in the street. You know what I mean? I wasn't stealing nothing. I wasn't doing no goofy stuff. So hearing you talk about, having the 15 guys in here, like that's at least to me, that's what a barber was. He was the cool guy in the neighborhood that cut everybody's hair. He was getting money. He was giving you game. He wasn't letting you act all crazy in this business.
And taking care of them.
And he was trying to like push, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you gonna start a business, young boy? All right, cool. This is what you do. Like,
now they older now. All them cats is older now, but they all look back. They know. Yeah. They know what it was. Like every once in a while you'll have them talk to you like, man, y'all was dropping jewels on stuff like that. Yeah. Just, like you do what you want as an adult. Yeah. But they look back on it, they knew they, gave them a lot of wisdom. So. Yeah. Now but I think the barbers coming into it, like, as they're like, once they get their license and they're operating their business, like me personally, my opinion is there's a responsibility to continue that tradition. It's something that is necessary in our community, and when it doesn't happen, it's like you can't complain about these young boys doing all kinds of crazy stuff and then not be willing to kind of at least give the information that you have. You know what I mean? You see them in the barbershop, you don't even speak to them. You know what I mean? They just sitting in the chair and you just waiting, and you cut their hair and then send them back out into the world and they ain't getting no game, and you wonder why they acting crazy. So, or at least with me, like I take my boys with, I take them with me. So you gotta just let them know that this is where you can get the knowledge, and what you do with it,
that's on you. But at least, Yep. But that's my opinion.
Gotta you gotta have that the barbershop. Gotta be that place. It gotta be that place. It's harder now because you don't got the crowds. See, that's with the appointments. You don't get the crowds like but you still can drop individually. You drop them jewels to the people. So back in the day, like you were saying back in the day, like 10 years ago, the shops would be packed. Get up in the morning, you had to wait outside, whatever it was, and you had to go and order where you came in. Now, you get an appointment, you come 5-10 minutes before your appointment, you win. And ain't no shops ain't packed. You might have some people in there. But
I like it better like that, bro.
I like it better like that, but you do lose that.
You miss some of the conversations and stuff.
It was fun times, but things change.
I think now, like especially in my shop, because I got 8 barbers now, so even with the appointments,
so
we get a good mix
crowd,
of people.
you still gonna
But
have people.
it used to be times, man, back in the day, people would come, yo, how many you guys see? And I'm like, 8. Like, I used to hate that crap, bro. Like, you would lose more than you could get, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's like intimidating, especially when you got like a young barber and then you're trying to, I've been that guy where I had to sit around and watch another guy cut for hours. And then I've been the guy on the other end. Well, I'm the guy everybody waiting for. And it's like, so now it's just, you're trying to feed your clients.
Sit and watch. I wish but see, like I said, I was a worker. Worked a regular job, so cutting wasn't like my full-time thing. I wish I could have been in the shop with somebody
that was sharp and you just watch.
Yes! What? Like,
because you
I
pick
can
it
imagine
up so much
even being in like early 30s, being in a shop in the city, just watching some of my favorite barbers cut. Just watching. What?
Right.
Oh my God, you know what I mean? So, that's dope.
And the crazy part is like the part that trips me out is that all of it, because we have the supply run, so we get a chance to talk to all of these barbers that they're Instagram famous, but they're real barbers. So like if you pull up on them and talk to them, like they really will sit there and like, sit there and teach you how to cut. And it's like I'm going to the shops and I'm like, how are there? Because you might see a picture and there's 80 comments, but there's 0 people in the shop, and they live close. Like because I know all the barbers. You know what I mean? Now that we had a supply run, I'm like, I watch this dude comment on this dude's picture every day. He cuts around the corner. And I've never seen him in here just chilling. I'll be like, yo, Father, is anybody? He's like, nah, man. And he be like, nah, they don't come around.
That's a whole weird dynamic. That's strange because it's like competitive and it's this that underlying hate's always there. It's just weird. Probably in your own community, like I would say that 80% of my clients ain't from around here.
They drive it, come see.
Your own town, you turn into this weird. If you don't do nothing to people, it's nothing you do. You can be the coolest guy.
It's the success.
You can be the coolest guy. But as soon as you start not having to be worried about cash, you see that they don't need you, and then every little thing gets on, man. Come on, I'm the nicest guy in the world. How you don't like me?
We call it profit. Well, at least I call it profit in your own land syndrome.
Better not. If you're struggling, you the man. They love you. As soon as you know what I mean, you come and you see a couple of faces they never seen before. Your shot ain't from around here, and now you looking at you funny. Like, what you doing? You're the nicest guy in the world. Man. You should be going to ride with me to the end of the time. It is what it is. But one thing about barbering, they come and go. Come and go.
You can't personalize.
I'm not with the fly-by-night clients, but people, you might cut somebody for 2 years, 3 years, and their job switch, or they get a baldy, or whatever. You know what I mean? You don't cut them no more, but it's always the pipeline. If you got a hand, the pipeline gonna be there.
That baldy, you got to grow a beard.
And for a guy like me that don't really push, like I don't have business cards. I don't do none of that. Like I mean, I would if I had to.
When you first started,
I had.
You already had the.
When I opened this, when I first started, it wasn't really a business card. I think I jumped in this old timer shop when I had a couple of clients. And then I'm local, so everybody knew who I was. So it was a whole different situation with me. So this is a small town. So and I had people from around cut their kids and their cousins on. So I had a little clientele. So I never had to really push for clientele. That's just luck. It happens to people. You know what I'm saying? But if today they said you ain't got no more clients, I'll be out there on my grind. I'll be out there on my grind. And if you got you can have your IG is your resume. It's your resume now.
Yeah, it is.
Boom, follow me on Instagram. And if you like what you see, hit me up and we can make something happen. You know what I'm saying? But they got it easy now. They got it easy now.
I think so too, man. I got a guy in my shop. He's not from the area, and he moved down to Atlantic City from Neptune, and you know he I feel bad for him sometimes because he's still trying to learn, but he's trying to pay his bills at the same time. But
it's a grind.
Yeah, it's a real grind, and then so I be trying to coach him through it. So I'm like, look, don't post every picture. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them you don't want people to see. Right. You know what I mean? But the good ones, post them. When I said, tell them like, yo, you got to get out in the community and you got to meet the people in it because you got a double whammy because nobody know you here.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, yo, you're gonna need Instagram, man. But he don't want to post. I mean, he want to,
so
but
dope.
yeah, and I'm telling him, I say, yo, you just got to get out
really
here.
It's a tool.
Hit a lot of people.
Yeah.
You can hit a lot of people with them posts. It don't seem like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But even with the way they got it set up where you can view the engagement.
Yeah.
Like,
you can see what's going on.
You can really touch more people than they follow you. Like, it's weird. Like, you got 100 followers, but you can
see exactly.
2,000 people see it.
Yeah.
Right?
And you can
That's
see
a win.
exactly who's watching you, man.
How else would you get in touch with 2,000 people?
That's a win.
Yeah. I tell you what, like, because when I started, like, I didn't know how to use Instagram when I first started. And I had been cutting for 15 years. I didn't know how to use it.
It's like me too.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
nothing wrong.
then when I learned and I started looking at the engagement, like, I'll be honest with you, like when I first saw your page, this is like 5 years ago, and I was like, oh, this nigga nice, man. And I wasn't hating when I was like, yeah, I got to start posting more sharp lines,
Everybody
more.
I talk to, I say the same thing. Post.
Yeah.
Even if you got one or two clients that you really got that cut on, and everybody else is just so. Just take 20, just take 30 pics up.
Oh, that one.
They're the one, yeah.
Every angle, black and white, and then you can live. I can live right now. I don't have to take another pic. I can live off the people I cut already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every picture, every good haircut has around 15 to 20 pics, different angles. Boom. Of course, you scrap a lot of them. The picture just don't look right. But if you can take one haircut and get 5 or 6 good pics out of it, you don't have to post everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
I might have 30 people from the beginning of Instagram to now. I might have 50 people on the page.
Yeah, you got a lot of good ones, man.
10,000 pics. I might have 50 people with 10,000 pics. Of course, I have food and dumb stuff, but out of my clientele, 50.
But see what happens too.
Guess what them 50 gonna do? Some of them 50 gonna start be walking through the mall and be like, yo.
I'm telling you,
stop me in the mall. Are you from? Yeah, because I'm gonna just keep posting.
That's what happened with me though. Because once I got them insights and I was able to see who's looking, and who's liking, I found out it was women. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I started.
Why you went over
yeah. Because
I'm the first time you told me.
Yeah. What happened? I had one girl I posted, and I've been cutting her since we was in high school, right? Yeah. But one of my friends, Keenan, I posted her in 2014, and Barbershop Connect reposted it back. That was soup. But she got all kind of inboxes just because she pretty.
Right.
And then so that's the first time I realized like, oh, I got to do this more. And then once I started getting the insights and I saw it was a lot of women on my joint, and that was only like 2 years ago.
You got barbers that just switched right over.
Right.
Yep.
Well, you did. You know what I mean? Because
they post number women's cuts.
Yeah.
That's all I do now.
Well,
number women's cuts.
Steph does that too. Down
he don't post no men. He might be 4 or 5 years in, and you kind of seen what he was doing years ago. Yeah. And then you like, he got it. Yeah. He got it. They jump on planes. Flying across the country for that man to cut their hair. And that's
but I see, you get a lot of women that they're uncomfortable cutting their hair off, but then I see you're like, are you ready for the chop? Like, he cuts it right down.
The only thing I wish if I was in Atlanta like the dude Step, I would go ham down there. Yeah. I only got but so many women. Like I get women that's coming from Philly to see me.
Right. That's what it is.
And I get them from Sicklerville. I get them from up that way, but I don't have as many. See, the difference with me, I'm only getting the picture in the chair. What I like that he does, he's going out. They doing photo shoots. Yeah. They outside. I can't get none of them.
Atlanta, you're in a small town. Atlanta, he has views.
Yeah. Plus, he could just be like, one client in the morning, we're gonna take a ride, we're gonna get some pics.
Yeah.
Like, but you might be like, I cut.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm the same
I gotta cut.
way. I'm the same
If I
way.
don't cut,
You ain't paying the bill.
I don't have
Yeah.
like you got 8 barbers, whatever. I got 1. I have to cut. I have to cut hair. The bills to get paid. I have to cut. Maybe one day I'll get to the point where once my son get in here, everything start flowing where I want. I could probably cut
that's
back.
gonna be the move,
but I gotta
man.
cut. I have to cut. The bills don't get paid. Everybody talk about all this money you make, whatever. If you 1 or 2 men in your shop, whatever, and you got mortgages and car payments, stuff like that, you got to get out there and you got to work. Every week you better have that money.
Yeah.
Right. I ain't relying on 8 barbers to give me $200 a week. And that's a little easier. I got to cut. Yeah. I'm going to get there one day, but I ain't no rush.
Bro, I told mine, right? Because I got one of my barbers, he's leaving next week, right? And we fell out, man. That nigga, man, the old head, right? Yeah. Oh, he know, bro, he got to go. He know everything. This is my mentor. He's my mentor. Taught me a lot, but he's just old, nagging, complaining nigga now, right? But he's telling me, yo, man, the way you run the shop. And, I kind of let everybody do what they want because nobody wants to do nothing crazy. Right. So everybody got a key. Everybody pay on time. I don't really got no issues. But he just complain. And I told him, I said, listen, I'm all right. Like, if everybody come to work, I'm great. If everybody want to leave, I would run my shop like this.
Right.
It's not like, and he's like, oh man, you need to fire these guys. They lazy. You need to get some young boys. I said, listen, I'm okay. If everybody in here left and got their own shop, I just make this appointment only shop. It's not a problem. You know what I mean? Because it's more than one way to skin a cat, man.
Right.
But they don't. I mean, I don't want to have to be the only guy in the shop, but I kind of like it. Yeah, it can happen. Yeah.
You know what? I think
it can definitely happen.
They take, when you're having that conversation, when you're an entrepreneur and you're talking to someone that either works with you, because they're not employees, or like independent contractors that work for you as an employee, they take that the wrong way. It's like, I'm not saying that I don't want you here. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I structured my business that if it's only me, my business is going to survive. If it's a good relationship between the two of us and there's some give and take, you're benefiting, I'm benefiting, I want to work with you.
Exactly.
But if it gets to the place where it's getting weird and it's not working out, like you can go.
Exactly.
But it's
that's
not
what I told
a
him.
negative thing. I still want you to win. I want to win because I've been winning. I got into this because I enjoy that process of building my business. But you can go and win too, and I'm gonna root for you like that.
That's exactly what I tell him, man. Like, what time you close?
I shut the doors at 6.
Yeah.
And take it from there. All the appointments after 6 are extra. I'm saying I go by the half hour.
That's important.
$5 every half hour.
That's good.
And I'll book you to whenever, and it's just gonna cost you.
Yeah.
The whole structure is to get out of here.
Right.
Because I just started taking appointments a couple years ago. I wasn't taking appointments. Close at 6, everybody know it. 5:59, you got 7 people open the door looking at you. You're gonna be here till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock every night. I got sick of it. It opens up and still take appointments after closing, after 6. But you pay. Only people that don't pay extra is the people that already had those later appointments. I just grandfathered them in the regular price. But everybody else pays extra. Not a money grab, whatever. Like I come in on my off days, and I come in on my off days, I charge. That's what it is. I come in early, I charge.
But what time you open?
8 o'clock, and I'm 8 until closing. I'm never late. I live a block away.
Yeah.
I'm never late for work, and I'll work all night. But I don't like doing it no more. But now, if I'm working late, I'm getting paid for it.
Yeah.
So people don't understand that you ain't gonna stay at your job and work and not get overtime. Right? So what the barber gotta cut you at 9 o'clock at night, and you think you're gonna get regular price?
Yeah.
But I think. See, this is the thing, though. It's important to hear guys like you say that because some of these barbers, they get into a place where every haircut is the same price, and they don't understand that it's not even a barber thing. Just like you said, if I work my regular job and the person I'm working for asks me to stay later, I get double plus. You know what I mean? Like that's a thing. You know what I mean?
That's
so
real.
It's a thing. That's how real life works. So it's like. If your client says, "Hey, look, you close at 6. Yo, I need you to 8:30. I get off of work at 7:30. No problem. I can take care of that for you. But I'm just letting you know that this is the price. You're not doing anything bad to them because when they go to their job, trust and believe, like they get that overtime.
You ain't supposed to get a raise over the year.
Right.
Listen, I was a guy, had my prices. I didn't raise prices. Boys made me raise prices. This is like barbers, other barbers. Oh, you can't do this. You gotta raise your price. I'm not raising my prices. I'm good. You can't. I'm talking about drilling it in.
Right.
And I just wasn't. I was against it. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
You're not raising $5. Now I'm like, you gotta pay for my time.
Right.
But it took me. I've been messing around with these certain cats for probably 5 or 6 years. But I didn't do hair shows, and boys drugged me out of the shop. It took me to BarberCon one time. It was the first show I went to.
Right.
And it changed everything. But I never did none of that stuff.
Right.
And they started telling
Well,
me
you went to the art show too.
Yeah, no, this was the first show I ever went to. They said, you gotta get out of the shop. I was like, I don't wanna go to the shop. I don't care about that stuff.
Yeah.
So they drug me out. Now I try to hit shows, but I don't even go to shows that much. That's a whole other story. But they was telling me you gotta raise your price. You know, I wouldn't do it. I raise my price, and now I'm like, you gotta pay for my time. It took me years to realize it, and I still don't charge. And then they tell me you don't charge enough.
Yeah.
Dog, you gotta charge me. Come on, dog. And I was like, nah, I'm good. But like I said, I get it on the back end with the late appointments, the early appointments. And then I got people, you can't, if you go charge somebody $30 for a haircut and they give you $45 every haircut, you can't be good.
Yeah,
It all adds up.
yeah.
You can make a couple $100 a week in tips. And then everybody thinks, you charge, they'll count your money. You cut 10, 15 heads a day, you charge $35, but no, dog. Every head ain't 35.
Yeah.
I charge my senior citizens that, little kids. So everybody just think you just sit, everybody sit in your chair is $35. That's corny too, because cats be like, I'll make $150,000 a year. Unless you cut all these fly cats that's 20 years old and charge them $50 a head, and you don't cut no old people, no women, no kids. All right, I'll give you that. But besides that, you can't. It's up and down. Right? And you don't charge everybody the same price. You know what I mean? Like, how can you charge a 70-year-old $30, $40, $50?
Yeah.
$9, sir. How much is the appointment? I don't charge for appointments for a senior citizen.
Yeah.
$9.
Right.
They take care of you. If you a real barber, a real ass dude, you gonna make a lot of money in tips.
Yeah.
You gonna actually make more tip money than some barbers make during the week.
Regular money, yeah.
Yeah, so it all equals up. I ain't trying to kill them anyway. I ain't trying to be rich.
Well, like C said,
That shit'll come. That shit'll come. If it's meant to be, it'll be. It ain't gonna come from me just overcharging.
Exactly.
You don't. It's like you said. You have some barbers that's their business model, and that's how they want to.
It works for them.
Right, it works for them. You have other barbers that, what I would consider like community barbers.
Cut everything that comes.
Right. And it doesn't mean that they're making less money or they're not, they're not getting paid. It just means that their connection with their community is the wealth for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to make the money, but they also want to connect with the senior citizen. They also want to cut that kid from the time he's 6 until he graduates high school.
By the time he's 1.
You
know what I'm saying? I cut cats. I've cut people. They got grandkids. I gave them their first haircut. They got grandkids. Yeah. That's crazy. It ain't that old, but it's just the way it
happened. Yeah.
Like, and I cut, like I said, ain't nothing better than seeing somebody you gave their first haircut, 30 years old, you know what I mean, good job somewhere, taking care of their family. That's dope. You gave them the first haircut. You cut their dad's hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then they bring
Dad
the
brought
kid
it up.
in.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Yeah. If you ain't got that, if you just cutting people willy-nilly, cutting people all day, nah, dog, you gotta have that.
Yeah.
Cut them kids, cut their kids.
You know, it's funny. When I started, I was 14 when I started cutting, right? I got one client. Well, I got a few of them like this, but one client in particular, he's been bringing his kids to me since they was little, like him over there, right? And now that they're older, like I'm still probably the sharpest guy in the shop. I'm saying that humbly, right? But the young boys, the young boys don't. The young boys don't want to come to me no more because they think I'm old now. You know what I'm saying? So it is cool because they just go to another shop.
My young boy was cutting all the young kids that I was cutting.
Yeah.
But that's what you're supposed to.
That's how it's supposed to go. You got to pass them down.
To him, even, you know what I mean? But they know though.
Yeah.
They know. Yeah. They know. It's just you younger, you want to go to him, but they know if they want that work.
Yeah.
They know what the work is at. They know what the work is at.
That's what I be saying.
They get this, I ain't been in the chair in a while. I know.
Come on over here. Got this prime picture.
It's humbling. Haircutting is humbling because the best you ain't gonna be on point all the time. It's just impossible. They say, Wiz, how you ain't cutting these people, man? Your shit is so sharp. Who said I ain't cutting people? I ain't say that.
Yeah.
You assuming. I mean, you a barber, you gonna cut people. Every clipper ain't for every head, every skin. You might gotta switch it up. Well, guess what? I ain't never had nobody cut them off. They write the check next week.
Yeah.
You with that? Yeah. Like, hey, I'm good. It's been a little bit. I'm good. Yeah, they like that.
That's how it go, man.
Where your monster truck?
But the game is changing. I'm just gonna sit back and watch.
What about like in the community here? Because I never been. I mean, I came here before for Cole's party. Yeah, but
Cole actually don't live in this town.
No.
It's like he lives in a couple of towns over, but it's just so small around here.
Yeah.
This town's way smaller than this town, but this town is like a.
These are too big.
It's like a. It's rough. It's a little rough town.
It is.
Small town, but it's just. But the ills of the big city.
yeah.
It's a small town. I mean, tearing shit down, and more they tearing down. Ain't nothing building up right now. It's kind of. I'm actually and probably next year we're probably actually gonna move. I'm gonna keep the shop here, but I'm probably gonna be moving out of my house.
Gotcha.
It's time. It's time. I've been here for a long time, so it's time. If it works out the way it's supposed to. If not, I'll stay. But I do a lot around here, but I don't. It's not broadcast.
Yeah.
I do stuff and people have no clue. That's not right. If you're doing it for those reasons, get out of here. Because back in the day, you do stuff nobody would know unless they gave you a proclamation or something.
Right.
Nobody knew you did anything. Now you can post everything. I'm going. This is my gift back. I don't even post when the toy. I mean the
Toy drive.
I'm not toy drive. The back to school stuff. And I don't even post it. Everybody's doing it. It's, I guess the thing now. You know what I mean? So get my book bags away, fill them up with this stuff for the kids, and now I'm not even posting this stuff anymore. Yeah, that's dumb.
I think it's important to have both types of charity because some of it, if you do it just for the clout, then it's not the right reason. But if you do it to motivate younger barbers and help them understand that it's not only about the money that you're taking in, but there is a give back.
You gotta give back.
Yeah,
it don't work.
It's important.
It don't work.
So, but if they see guys like you, guys like CJ doing that once in a while, it makes them
you
say,
don't
you know
give
what?
back, it don't work.
Well, yeah.
Because it's gonna come back to haunt you.
You get what you give.
Yeah, it's gonna. If you do that greedy stuff and you don't give back, even with your knowledge, even just like, there's plenty of free haircuts. I mean, just imagine how much money you lose a year of free haircuts or discounting a haircut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was cutting heads. I was doing the kids $5 on Wednesdays, just regular buzz downs.
Yeah.
I did it for years. I stopped it, but they didn't appreciate it till it was gone.
Right.
They didn't appreciate it till we piled up kids in here, piled up, giving them ones,
Right.
lining them up. And then, you know what I mean? Yeah, $1 tip or something. I'm good, but I'm just saying, like, it was just wait. It was almost like I was like, you know what? It's everything comes. You know, certain things come to an end.
Yeah.
It came to an end. There was some people upset about it, but they only was upset. It was people that didn't come here. It was people that heard. Like they do $5 haircuts on Wednesdays up there. So I did people I never cut before. They come in like I said, oh, we don't do that no more. How much you charge? Oh, okay, and they would leave. They said it was $5. No, we don't do that no more, man. We've done that. It's been done 2 years now.
Right.
Attitude for real. Like, damn.
My same
Still
thing,
getting
bro.
cheap cuts.
Right.
It's still
Like,
cheap.
That was the give.
That-
Like I was giving to the
That was
community.
dope. I did that for a
Now
while,
it's
and it ran its course. It ran its course. I did that for quite a few years.
Yo, I get people that only come when we do the free haircuts once a year. That's the only time I see them, bro.
If they came
And I'm
to your
cool,
shop
but
once a year for the free haircuts and it looked like it.
yeah, with that I'm
okay.
cool.
But if they come in there, they had a cut last week. Like,
Yeah.
look at this.
Bro, they be having cuts. They be having cuts. Yo, we had a situation 3 weeks ago, right, where one of my barbers, he got in a fight with this older cat.
Oh, you talking about that?
Yeah, right. And so what happened? I mean, you know, because I don't play that shit, man.
You got a fight in the shop?
You got in a fight in the shop? I've never had a fight in my shop, but for this situation, I felt like he was justified. Because what happened? I had no idea. This guy been coming to the shop for years, man. And he comes in to get a bald head. He got a bunch of craters in his face. I mean, it's work. It's a lot of work. But in our shop, bald head with the steam towel, it's $25, right? So all the other shops around us, they all still probably $18, $20 or whatever. He comes, I guess he's been going to one barber, And that one barber been doing it for 20. And I'm all right with that. Like, whatever you and that guy worked out, that's cool. So, dude, he comes in, he goes to a different guy, because the guy he regularly goes to ain't there. Goes in there, gets ready to pay him, gives dude $20. So, dude says, hey, bro, it's $25. And he says, yeah, that's all you getting. So, and pulls out.
Because you can really resolve that. If it could probably work out if you be like, my man used to try. I saw just get smart.
He got smart. And not only that, pulled out a wad of money, like a whole wad of money, gives him $20. So when they arguing, I'm like, hey, I said, bro, let him go. I'm gonna give you the $5. Don't worry about it. So he was like, all right, see, you right. I'm gonna let it go. Dude walks away. Old head's like, yeah, motherfucker, I told you that's all you was getting. So now he's like, all right, you know what? He goes back. I said, yo, bro, don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. I got this. And then the old head says, yeah, I told you that's all you was getting. And then bumps him, like shoulder bump. Next thing I know, he grabbed this nigga, tossed him on the floor. I couldn't even be mad. I said,
can't avoid him.
Yeah, I said, yeah, man, you had it coming, bro. He hops up and said, I'm calling the police. And I said, bro, let's call him. Police came around. I said, look, man, I don't want that to happen, but he stole. You know what I'm saying? I said, at the end of the day, if he would have went in Wawa and stole a sandwich and the security beat him up.
You ain't giving him $3 and walking out.
Exactly. Right. You know, I said, it is what it is, man. So,
yeah, luckily I haven't had none. I had one little scuffle in here. My young boy, dude just got out of line. And I had just left the shop. And he texted me. I've been open 18 years and never had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, man, small jump. I had to take care of it. I put hands on it. So I get back into some little broke things. I actually never fixed my curtain right up there because it was bent.
Yeah.
I just bent it back up and stuck it up there. And they knocked the stuff over. It was a little, and I was scuffle. I was like, oh man, he was apologizing. I was like, sometimes you gotta do that, but I just don't like none of that stuff in here.
Yeah.
Take that stuff outside. I've never had no real people know how to run my business. You know what I mean? So, respect.
It's rare. Like even on the supply run, the first. It's weird that we're talking about it now. The first fight I seen was actually between two barbers. It's the first time in 3 years that I've ever seen anything go down in the shop. But it was between two different barbers, and it was, I don't know. I haven't talked to them yet to figure out what they was arguing over. But as soon as I saw it, I told the shop owner, I'm like, yo, they about to fight. He's like, nah, they just having words. I'm like, bro, they about 6 inches from each other. Like, I've seen a lot of barbers have words with each other. They're 3-4 feet away. They 6 inches from each other's face. Right. You know what I mean? They having words and they get a little heated, but they about to go. Yo.
It's all
2 minutes later, it was go time. I told you.
They both gone. Like, you can't, like, it's all how you run your shop. Like, I've had people getting little confrontations in here, but they knew. They was like, come on, outside.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna just
they take it outside.
Oh, I was gonna say, if you rocking here, you done.
Yeah.
You done.
As it should be.
Like, and we might laugh afterwards, whatever, but you done. Like, it's really, it's a matter of principle.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta run a business, and your customers need to feel safe. So,
running a business ain't easy. It look easy. Everybody think it's all glitz and glamour. It's not. It's not. Especially if you're doing it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to do it the right way, it ain't easy running the business.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I get DMs all the time about. Sometimes it's about pricing. We talked about this on a different video. And, you know, I try to explain that 9 times out of 10, I never really engage. I just kind of leave it alone. But every now and again, I'll engage with somebody about pricing. And it's like, bro, you don't, like, until you create this type of business, because you just, you know, if you run a barbershop, it's a different type of business. If you have a trade show, it's a different type of business. A supply company, it's a different type of capital that's required to run that type of business. And you got to deal with different issues that come with it. Bro, listen, if my pricing doesn't work for you and you decide you want to purchase from another company, I appreciate the fact that there's another company out there because I built what we built for our guys in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? This is what I built it for, and everybody around here respects our prices. They pay it. They're appreciative. Listen, if you want to buy it from this place or that place, I'm cool with that. Like, I'm not hating on another company. Like, there's so much money for us all to make that if you need that $20 discount, I'm not mad. And I think it's the same thing with haircuts. Like, if your haircut is
$20 discount, that means they got it way cheaper somewhere else.
Right?
It's still price. It's pricing.
It's a small window.
It's like some people might mark it up whatever percentage. Some people might mark it up another percentage, but they still It all depends on what you get it for.
And see, that's the thing. We're a newer company, so our prices are. What I pay is a little higher than a company that's been around for 30 years.
So they really getting a good.
Yes.
They getting a good deal. So
Bro, some of my competition. There's one guy in New York specifically. He's been around for 100 years.
you'll never be this price.
I'm never right. That's nothing I can do.
He ain't got contracts with companies. He's friends with the people.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's
Listen,
definitely.
this is how they did their deals 100 years ago. They was like, yeah, here's your price. That was it.
You good.
They don't even have a contract.
Yep.
His dad did a handshake 100 years ago, and now he's still getting wall clippers. It's like there's nothing I can
dog,
do
this
about
clipper starts
that.
80, yours is 110. He like, dog, he got his for 40.
Right.
He got his for 50. I paid 100 for mine. I'm only marking them up, you know what I mean?
Right.
There you go. Anybody want a reality check on prices, go to Sally's. Sally's is a big company. They're not dropping prices for nobody. They stay packing, they stay moving products, and they're the highest people around.
Right.
Yep.
They're the high.
And you ain't
They
seen
are
a
the
Sally
highest.
at a barber show, in a barber shop.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
They ain't never gave no free equipment to those. We done did all. We in every barber shop. We have most of the barber shows, and we end up like, and we give free stuff away at the school. So you don't say nothing to Sally's.
Go right and pay the price.
Right, but
Like,
me.
what would a barber? What would you even be thinking going and buying a pair of trimmers from Sally's?
Yeah.
And they're like
Yeah.
$95.
They're $110 in Sally's.
$110.
I'm just saying, like they're 100 something.
Yeah, it's
Like
up
when you
there.
can,
Plus tax.
But
yeah.
plus tax,
you,
right?
like, you go in there to get clippers and you buy 10 other things.
Yeah. The one thing I will give Sally's, they'll price match. Like, but a lot of people don't know that.
Smart. It gotta be
Yeah.
official price match. They're not
Yeah.
gonna match his prices.
Nah,
They're not gonna match his prices. You gotta have SKUs and everything. You gotta
Yeah,
come in there with
yeah,
some real
yeah.
Sally's a match. Shit, is there any other barber place? Like, I mean, beauty places?
All of them is high. They all high. Like around my way is Tilton Beauty, and Tilton high as a motherfucker, man.
Like
you know?
Sally's would have to be a stone cold emergency. You
Yeah.
can purchase anything.
They'll give
Or
you.
they have something nobody else has.
They'll give you the 20% off if you bring your
Got you- yeah,
license.
you got your
But by the
license, I got
time
the
you get
card,
to
you
the
still paying
20%, yo, you still paying. They still making money on it.
Yeah, you lose.
You ain't.
That 20% and you discount your 10% with your license. That all just knocks it back for them to still get a profit. That's smart, though.
Yeah.
Still winning.
That's smart, though.
Yeah.
We're in we got the first Universal barber supply store going up in Philly, and it's in a. I think I'm gonna always do it this way. It's in a barbershop. My cousin owns a barbershop, and he has enough space where I can legitimately put all the barber supplies in there, and even get a service guy in there.
I'll say that's where the money at.
Yeah, the service guy. Because you can, I mean, some especially a lot of Philly barbers. Because the way that the blade move, or once they get that trimmer set right, they don't even want a new trimmer. They're like, "Can you fix this?" And I'm like, "Bro, I don't fix this stuff. I got new ones in the car." They're like, "Yo, but the blade just moved because it getting that groove."
That's why
And
when
once
you
it
get
get
that
in that
blade,
groove,
you gotta keep it, and you gotta keep it forever. I had a blade on my detailers for over 10 years.
yeah,
Yo,
Tarnished, boom, boom, and I wouldn't even use it. Like it was so good that I wouldn't even bring it. I would just bring it out the video.
yeah.
I wouldn't even use it on people. It was so sharp, it was so perfect, and I kept
Yeah.
that blade. Once you get that blade, you treat that blade like it's your wife. As soon as it's gonna drop, you're gonna do something, throw it in there, it's gonna be off, and it's gonna mess the whole thing up. While you got it, you gotta cherish it.
Yeah.
Because you'll never get it again.
I
There's
tell-
no
I
two
tell-
blades are the same. I
Right.
tell all these barbers, how you get your blade? I said, dog, you gotta get that blade, you gotta play with it. It might take you a year to get it right, and then you gotta maintain it because you're not gonna go to the store and buy another one. Every blade is different.
Yeah.
The blades aren't the same,
Yo.
like fingerprints. They're not the same.
Yo,
That's why
these-
you can get one blade. You buy two blades, put them on the clippers. They just don't cut the same.
Right.
all none of these new barbers understand that. I'm telling you, all the new barbers, they want to go, and there's nothing wrong with it, but they go, yo, who modified your trimmers? I don't got nothing modified. I don't sharpen nothing. I zero gap them. And here's the thing, because you older, you understand, right? Once that you start messing around that blade and it start wearing down a little bit, that's when it get perfect. And you ever see the one the
Always
blade?
they're not going to. Sometimes it takes a blade months,
Yeah.
maybe even years before. I think like you might take a blade, get mad at the whole clipper, put the clipper up, and be like, "Oh, I got those style liner twos. Let me throw them out one day." And then you put them. Like,
And they perfect. Yeah.
how
You know what it is?
for 2 years?
Do you ever look at the blades, especially on Andy's blades, right? You ever see when they turn a little bit dark at the top? That's that carbon buildup.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell them, I say, yo, once it get like that, it's damn near perfect.
Once I get a blade,
Yo, you don't change the blade every
I
month, man.
don't crazy like all
Yeah.
the maintenance stuff. You're supposed to oil your blade, spray them. The only thing you're supposed to do is spray your blade. You don't have to oil your blades. It reduces the heat and all that, but I know
You ain't
barbers
supposed
that
to be
don't
on that
order
head for
clippers.
40 minutes with a trimmer anyway.
Exactly. And then here's the thing: I don't do a bunch of bald heads with that blade either. Like I reserve that for my shape ups. You know what I mean?
You don't have multiple clippers. That's another thing. You might have somebody brag and say, "This is my arsenal." I used to have a trimmer for the side. I used to have a trimmer for the side. I used to have a trimmer for the next. I used to have all that. Like I didn't care nobody. I remember posting pics years ago. My station was over there. I had 30 clippers, and I used all of them.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I can't teach somebody how to cut. I'm too unorthodox.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't just take one clipper in the guards and cut. You use 10 clippers on the head. And they be like, yeah, that's how I cut. So you're not putting me up there because I'm not cutting the whole head with Oscars. I'm not cutting the whole head with Andes or Walls. I'm cutting with everything.
Right.
And I don't even like having these clipper companies because this is a lot of foolery. These guys ain't cutting all these heads with these clippers. They're just doing it for the shit, for the
show,
for the videos for 10 seconds. You know where that comes from? They told me.
Yeah.
They ain't lying.
Yeah.
You kick, move all the clippers out the way when you take your video, touch it up with their company clipper, and you keep it moving. I ain't mad at it because I didn't contact all these barbers. I know them all, and I'm friends with all of them. They all keep it 100. They all keep it 100.
One of the funniest things that happens is a barber, as a sponsored barber for a clipper company. You know who he is. He'll probably see this video. And he knows I do supply, so he slid me some bread. Was like, "Yo, can you give me one of these with a job?" I'm like, "Yo, but you work for such and such." Like, he's like, "Look, just give me one." I was like, "All right, I'll get you one."
Listen, dog.
So I had to stand in line to get his trimmer.
It's a lot going on, but I ain't mad at it, man. You use what you use.
Yeah.
And just because somebody see your skills and then they want to sponsor you, don't mean that you just throw all your other stuff out.
Exactly.
You're still going to use it. I'm just not going to post something with it in there, and it is what it is. Yeah. But a lot of these clippers can't even perform and give the results that these guys is giving them. But you just get these kids to buy them because you're a hot barber. And, I mean, I'm not mad at it. But you got to be smart. Right. You got to be smart. You just can't jump on there. There's some stuff going on right now. Listen, to each his own. Everybody do what they want. But right now, some stuff going on in the industry you'll never see me do. Yeah. I don't care if they say you leaving money on the table. You're just not gonna see me do it. Shit's goofy. I've been cutting too long. It's worthless. It don't mean nothing.
Exactly.
And people gonna start doing it because you do it.
I mean, I
respect the barbers. But come on, dog. You just can't be tripping.
Yeah.
I've had some conversations with some of these guys. And it's one of the reasons why we started Universal, like, because the company's owned by barbers, so that way, whatever benefits come from what we're doing, it stays in the barbershop culture, even if it's involved with the barber industry. So we're involved heavily with the barber industry, but we want to make sure that the revenue ends up in the barbershop culture. But there's conversations that I have with some of the barbers about they don't know what royalties are. You know what I mean? And it's if you're gonna sell a product, and especially if it's a new product that's coming out that's being released under your influence. It's a conversation that needs to be had that's different than what they pay you for an appearance fee. So they're paying you for the appearance, and that's cool. But there's something to be said. Like if you do take the time to build up 100,000, 200,000, that's influence. And if they're giving you a product and saying we want to release this, give me 1 second, buddy. If we want to release this under you. Yeah, there's old school barbers. You know, like for example, WIZZY, that there's he has a trimmer. And he gets a royalty.
That thing sell.
He gets money every time. So these young barbers, it's like, bro, you're not hurting the clipper company by saying, hey, listen, I want to work with you. I'm going to use my influence. If you believe in it, you got to believe in it too. But if you believe in it that much, like if you take WIZZY's trimmer there, he going to tell you like this joint, you batteries, it's a hitter. He believes in his trimmer. He pushes his trimmer. He gets a royalty for his trimmer.
That thing sell.
Right. He gets some money for it.
No check it. Then
right. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with it. That's business. It's really like business 301.
It's that George Foreman model.
But it's George Foreman. George Foreman get a royalty. You ain't keep that money.
I want money for every sale.
For every sale. You know what I mean? So you could get the appearance fee, but as the barber industry and the barber culture collide, and you're selling these clippers to the barber culture, saying these are dope clippers, and you're using your influence, bro. Take a hot second to work out a deal where you get a royalty. And if you don't know how, please call Universal Barber. I will explain this shit to you for free. Free 99. I will give you the game, and then you take it back to these companies and work out a good deal for your family.
Yeah.
And see, I think that's the part where they're disconnecting. You can't pass down your sponsorship deal to your son. See, like my son is here. He knows WIZZY. So if he decides to take over the supply game and he pulls up and says, "Hey, remember, my dad does a supply company. I got some." He's gonna get your support because you know who he is, and I can pass this to him. You can't pass a sponsorship down, but you can pass them royalties down.
You actually get rid of you quick.
Right.
Yeah.
They come and go. There's always gonna be a sharp barber coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't be replaced. A lot of these cats think they on top of the mountain and they can't be replaced.
Yeah, put your jacket on.
I done seen some guys with regular hands turn into monsters in 2 years on Instagram. I'm like, geez, that's scary. I done seen some guys just cutting their hair, just
Me too,
doing their
bro.
rounds, and now them boys is. Woo! I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You know, I tell Rob all the time, right? For me, right? Because he'll tell me like, "Oh, you don't like so and so? He's sharp." I'm like, "Bro, that nigga not sharp, bro." And it's not hate, but what I judge, I think
this is different.
Yeah, I think a lot of barbers, most barbers can get a good haircut done. I don't judge by the final product. I judge by how you got there. So I want to see what not just what tools. I don't really care the tools you use. How you're using your tools. How long does it take you? Like that, to me, that matters more. Because sometimes I see people, we used to have this guy back in the day, right? His name was Clarence. He was nice, bro. That motherfucker would shake like this. He had the shakes and shit. And I never get, somebody was in the shop one day, he said, "Man, that nigga Clarence can cut, but that shit look like it hurt." And he would come at you. He would have his glasses halfway fall off his face, and he's just shaking his shit. But he would get the cut done. It would be nice too, but he couldn't cut me.
I think that it's dope that like you can be an older barber and still have it. Because when we was coming up, it wasn't an influx of like good barbers. So your barber was your barber forever.
Yeah.
Did you watch them fall off, or did you say they were sharp and you think about it like they wasn't really sharp, but that's all we knew. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But now it's like across the country, it's only a couple, really like 50 and up, that mom can still be like, yeah, don't say nothing bad about that.
Yeah.
But if you can get to that as a young barber, maintain excellence, and then get up in your late 40s, 50s, and mom be like, he nice.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yep.
That's dope.
Yep.
You don't want to be that old guy. You want to be that old guy. Be like, if somebody see you, you be like, jeez.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Because I don't like. Of course, like your movements and stuff as you get older, your eye a little bit or whatever. But if you sharp, if you stay on top of your game as far as like the new stuff and all that, like why can't you just stay sharp?
Yeah, I mean, I know for
like,
me.
it might take longer, whatever.
Yeah.
Why can't you just stay sharp? Just cut
Yeah,
hair,
because it's
you
a
know all
mental
the ins
thing,
and
man.
outs.
Yeah, for that's why for me, like as I've gotten older, because I used to be the young boy in the shop. Now I'm not the oldest guy, but I'm one of the older guys. But my main thing just now is just taking care of my health so I can still do it. You know what I mean? But like skill level,
That's big. Like,
man.
I done did so much crazy stuff over the past couple of years as far as like trying to get better, and I'm on the whole like that's a whole nother story. Like that's a whole nother the health. I mean that's a movie.
Yeah,
That's a movie.
Yeah.
So now I'm on some like, your health without that, cancel it.
Right.
yeah,
Like you just be a sick, laid up barber that used to be sharp.
yeah.
Like nah, dog, you ain't got your health.
But in
That's
addition,
a whole nother. That's a whole nother. You can take
Conversation,
make a whole.
yeah.
Yeah, that's big. That might be the biggest thing of all.
yeah, well, here's the thing though.
That might be the biggest conversation
is.
you need to have.
It
with
is.
these
Hold on,
barbers.
you got your physical health, but you also, and I see this a lot with barbers, your financial health. So they have all of these people that they have access to in their community, and a lot of you got bankers that you cut, and you're not getting any advice on what to do with this cash that you got coming in all the time. And then not only that, there's the mental health too, where you dealing with issues. Maybe you losing barbers or clientele or personal relationships because the hours you work. Like there's a lot that can be talked about when it comes to.
That's a panel talk that's
Right.
crazy because a lot of smiles, a lot of fanfare, and a lot of cheering for a lot of these people that everybody see every day online. It's just on the other side of that, it's just not good.
Right.
There's a lot of homes and households. It's a lot of stuff that's been wrecked because cats want to live this dumbass social media life.
Right.
And you ain't gotta tell me. It's only reality.
Right.
You gotta have a different type of rider with you to deal with this stuff, right? Especially a man being a man, traveling all over the country, doing this dumb shit. You're doing it for the love of the game, love of the money, but that can ruin everything you loved coming in.
When you have what you got at home.
It can ruin it all. And listen, I know it's happening. You even see, like, you might see couples in the game. Couples don't ask no questions. Like, or different factions.
I know
How many factions you seen in the last 5-6 years just explode? They look like the greatest thing on earth and just be gone. And the next thing you know, you're like, damn, you don't stay, they're not hanging together no more. They're not posting no more. What happened? Ooh, you know.
We experienced it. And people see me and they look. I'm like, bro, I'm the last of the Mohicans, but it's CJ.
It ain't nothing to talk about, but you see it. Yeah. But you just gotta find that medium. You gotta find that, and sometimes it's just good to just be alone.
Yeah.
If you can find a couple of good ones
that'll hang with you, it's cool.
Yeah.
And that'll work on you. That'll work on you. That'll have you sitting in the shop cutting hair just in a bad place.
Yeah.
3 or 4 days in a row, you just upset about some dumb shit. Yeah. You better be right, because guess what? That's gonna affect your hand and your eye too.
Everything.
Because now you just want to get a guy out the chair because your mind ain't there. You know what I'm saying? You don't come in the right like, damn. You're a little funny now.
You might lose clientele and it affects your business.
That's messing with your money.
Take care of your health. Take care of your mental health. It's not all about.
Hey, it'll show you right here. See me? I got compression socks on. I thought it was the corniest shit in the world. That fucking doctor kept saying, "Look, man, you stand up on your feet." I'm like, you know what? You're right.
All those years I cut with none of these. I never had none of these. Didn't care. I was in here with shell tops on every day. The flattest sneak in the world. Boom, for years. Especially when I was cutting when I was younger. I was like 30 cutting with the old head. All I needed was a pack of crackers or some pretzels. All day long cutting nonstop. You know when heat?
Yeah.
Standing there, like your back don't be hurting. I was like, no, my back don't hurt. Ooh.
Catches up.
Yeah, did out there trying to play in basketball leagues and all that shit. I caught right up with him. I said, I need to adjust. I need to adjust.
So they get it. If they get it while they're younger and they're smarter, they take care of their bodies and their finances and their mind. Like they can be in this much longer than both of you. But it's like it's they got to do it now.
I probably will never retire. I probably die cutting, but I would just like to cut like 3 days a week. Cause I like boat. I got boats and shit. I ain't been on my boat. I won't be fishing and all that stuff. And I ain't been able to do it like I want because I gotta have that income coming in. So it's gonna be a point where I'm gonna be able to still have my income and not be here the way I want it to be, comfortable. Right now I gotta put them hours in, and when I get to that, like you need that health insurance. You need
Health insurance, business insurance.
Luckily, my wife.
Fire insurance. You got barbers that I just sent a whole bunch of stuff out to a barber that lost our equipment in a fire, and it's like. You guys gotta get fire insurance.
It's not. They're not going. That's the stuff that's never going to happen.
Necessary.
It's never going to happen. You're going to lose it in a fire. You're just going to scrape because people are not going to do that because you're going to have to be almost like on a corporation type level. Multiple barbershops where you really know the ins and outs of the game because people are not even like people don't got renter's insurance. Like if you got an apartment, people don't have renter's insurance. They're going to pay like $9 a month to cover their stuff and that. It's just not going to do it. It's just rare. It's rare. But that is a seminar in itself. Like you can have throw a bunch of barbers in a room and you can just teach them everything they need to know and they ain't never talked about a clipper or a haircut. And that's what you need more of.
Well, that's what we focus on.
You need more of that.
So we're doing something the first 2 weeks in January at Premier Barber Institute where it's just about just the entrepreneurial stuff. There's no cutting going. There's no clippers getting turned on.
It's not about cutting hair all the time. It's not about cutting hair. You got to learn other things.
The other skills,
Because especially if you want to go into business for yourself. Like it's a reason why there's a barber owner and X amount of barbers, and everybody don't own a barbershop. Because everybody ain't built for it. Everybody can't handle the money. I've seen people open up barbershops and had that influx of money and just ruin it. They didn't pay the bills. They didn't do what they were supposed to do.
They're not manage it.
Yeah, you got to be a good money manager, and it's so much behind the scenes. You know.
Yeah.
But that's honestly what you're talking about now, because you're saying you want to be on the boat. That's what's going to put you on the boat. It's not how sharp your hand is. It's that entrepreneurial skill.
You got to set it up.
You're going to hire more barbers. You're going to have to mentor them. You're going to have to make sure that they manage their money, because that's going to mess you. Like if you're getting a percentage, If they can't manage it, it's gonna be a problem. If they don't know how to use the cash register,
If you get the percentage, if they ain't bringing it,
Right.
the percentage go, then they start
Right.
messing around. They're like, oh, slick this.
now
in.
you gotta come off the boat. And now you gotta cut an extra.
Now I gotta come back in.
Right.
Yeah.
So the entrepreneurial skills for you are gonna be so much more important in these next 5 to 10 years because that's what's gonna put you on the boat. If you
What's
don't,
going to put me on the boat is already in motion. I'm going to be, probably within the next 5 years, I'm going to be working for my son.
Man.
Once he gets out of high school, he's going to have his barber license in high school. And it's going to be like official. Not
Yeah.
like it's my shop and I'm going to just say it. You're going to be a boss.
right,
You're going to handle, get ready.
Right.
And he's getting trained. So I can just come in and just look at him like, yo, Slick, the alarm inspection's coming up. You gotta set that up.
yeah, you said
Yeah, I'm gonna be his employee.
it. Right.
And it ain't nothing fake about it. He's getting trained properly to take over.
Right.
That's
To
good,
take
man.
over.
Yeah.
That's how it gotta
I'd
be,
work for
man.
him. Make him a boss.
Yeah.
I wish I could have been a boss at 18.
Yeah.
19,
Yeah.
on his own barbershop. It's
Yeah.
WIZZY, and I'll be here to supervise it. I'll manage it. Make sure you on the right track because even if you want to walk away from the business, then you walk away from a business that's fully functioning,
Yeah.
profitable. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna do something if you want to.
Yeah.
Better get them ready. Pass it down.
You see mine.
Pass it down. We ain't getting nothing passed down to us. We learning now.
Yeah.
This is how they do it.
Yeah, they've been doing it for
This is how
years.
for generations.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
we started to pick it up in a trade.
Yeah.
We picking it up in a trade.
And that's important.
Yeah. I got my daughter working for me, man.
They
Same
gotta,
way.
listen, they grow up around it. It's a lot of girls that grow up with the dad's barber when they're around the business their whole life, and they might go on through other things, but they know that barber life. They know that barber
They learn the
life.
skills early, yeah. They can always come back to it. And it's the same thing. Like with me, I worked in corporate America for over a decade, but I learned a lot of the business stuff from the barbershop. How to talk to people was from the barbershop. How to relate to people was from the shop. And watching, because Mr. Andy didn't talk to everybody the same way. You know what I mean? Like the people that was his age, he talked to a certain way. The young boys talked to a certain way. The old people he talked to with the maximum respect. So it kind of taught me like, oh, okay, I can't just treat everybody the same way because that's not gonna work. So you learn a lot just from being around. I'm hoping they picking up everything that is going on. I know they paying attention. You know, my one side I'm gonna be in the video.
Your time will come.
Right.
Your time will come.
Right.
Your time will come, son. Yeah, it'll be there. Take them with you. They seen like I'd start taking my son around. I say, yo, Slick, another year or two, I'm gonna start taking you with me.
Yeah.
Like, all right. And I start taking the shows, and now you don't want to miss a show, especially the local. But sometimes I gotta tell you, son, it's not the move this weekend.
Yeah.
It's not the move. Like, I'll be feeling the type of way because I'll go to. It's just timing. I'm not breaking my neck to go to every show like I was. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be in every show because it was like dope. It was dope to be around your barber brothers and stuff. These cats ain't real, and I can't be around real. I can't fake it. Like you'll see it in my face.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, man, I can't, like, it's either gonna cause tension or I just rather not do that.
Yeah.
So I don't pick him. Like, and people be like, oh, you cherry picking your shows, what you go to. It's like, you might see me at a show, and I didn't come to your show, but it's not just, this was a good month. This was perfect, nothing to do this weekend.
Yeah, at the
Boom, boom.
time.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and at first, when I was going to shows, I was trying to go to every local show.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. Like, I gotta go, I gotta go want to see somebody, or I gotta want to see something. And it's the same people, and it's the same.
I know for me it's the destination. So if they have it somewhere that I want to go to that place, I'm going. But I
want to see certain people.
Yeah.
Like I want to see a brother I ain't seen in 2 years. I know they're going. I'm like, we gotta make it to the show. And it ain't even a show. It's the people at the show. It's not even a show.
Yeah.
And then people be like, nigga, no, it's way bigger. People don't. This is what I don't want. This is the tension I don't like. You know what I mean? That's why I lay the way I lay, because I don't like being like. I see superstars here, man. You good? You got the people here. You know what I mean? Let me slide through. They keep it moving. I don't want it. Like I ain't about all the attention. And like I said, it's a blessing. I just want to lay. I want to go over there, chill out, talk to a couple of people, chop it up, have a drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have me a couple of drinks and have a good time. I'm good. I don't want to be up talking on the mic.
I feel you.
It's not me. It's not my personality. I can't change my personality to please motherfuckers. I had motherfuckers when I was down in DC. I had a cat like basically on some like give me the whole speech how they need you. I'm good, man. I'm just posting pics, dog.
Yeah.